So what's going on in Japan with the unwind of the yen is pretty interesting because it's allowed people to leverage up very big on investments interconnected across the entire globe for up to 40 years with about 10 plus years of zero or negative interest rates. So that's allowed people to make profits under those unusual circumstances. A lot of leverage for a very long period of time. But with the yields going way up now in Japan, people have to prevent losses and get out of those investments, which is taking liquidity out of the global markets, including the US treasuries and stuff like that. So it could cause a real problem for housing. Could cause a lot more motivated sellers that need to sell on very good seller financing terms and or discounted prices with inventory rising. One place where you can find motivated sellers, and if you're a wholesaler or investor, is the Haves and Wants section first Tuesday at MNREIA. That's at 7 o'clock. Grab a mic and take some notes. And then also there's this wholesaling 101 class the very next day if you want to learn how to get ahead of this curve for what we're seeing unfold right now.
Japan just broke the global financial system. Japan's 10-year yield, 1.92% highest since July 2007. In 2019, this number was negative 0.28%. That is a 220 basis point reversal, the largest bond repricing in modern Japanese history. The anchor under $500 trillion in global derivatives just snapped. But here is what no one is telling you. Japan is raising rates into a $135 billion stimulus package. Read that again. No sovereign in history has ever attempted this. Tightening monetary policy while exploding fiscal policy into 255% debt to GDP. This is not central banking. This is a nation choosing the method of its own collapse. The mathematics are now irreversible. Every 100 basis point yield increase costs Japan 2.8 trillion yen annually. Debt service already consumes 23% of tax revenue. The system breaks above 4%. They are halfway there. But Japan's crisis is your crisis. $20 trillion in global investments were funded by borrowing yen at zero. Hedge funds, pension funds, sovereign wealth funds, the largest leverage trade in human history, built on one assumption: Japanese rates stay frozen forever. That assumption died this week. When the world's largest creditor nation becomes a forced seller of $3 trillion in foreign assets, there is no bid. Markets do not correct. They gap. The Bank of Japan is not deciding whether Japan breaks. They are deciding when everyone else does. Your portfolio was constructed in a world that no longer exists. The zero-rate era funded every bubble. The carry trade financed every rally. The BOJ backstopped every assumption. That world ended on a chart nobody was watching. Until now.